State institutions get a lot of attention in the media, but sometimes the institution is the media. And even more rarely, they're reported by other media. The Idaho Statesman is dropping its daily print from 6 days a week to 3. In a way, the paper is going back to its roots. It actually started as a tri-weekly in 1864. That's 6 years before Idaho earned its statehood. The paper has seen many changes over the years. That's inevitable after 159 of them. But the latest, it's drawing some criticism, and the paper says this is far from a negative. Here's Andrew Bartline.
33 across.
A kitty corner coffee shop.
Okay.
Built to bring people together.
Got it.
All kinds of people.
About 25 down.
Take Steve and Dave.
41.
Their friendship, some call ironic.
Foolproof.
Appropriately seated today on their own side of the political spectrum.
I think we look for our commonality and not for our differences.
Brought together.
And that's what worked.
Through the daily paper.
Every day.
Behind the crossed T's and dotted I's.
That makes the most sense to me.
They're veterans of the crossword.
And I'm a news junkie, I admit it.
But no stranger.
I read the Statesman from the beginning.
To the headline of the day.
3 days a week, it's just, what's next? 1 day a week?
The daily print. Now closer to a weekly.
Really nothing much is changing here from our newsroom's perspective.
With editor Chad Kripe.
The Sunday paper will actually show up with the Saturday mail.
Because the U.S. Postal Service doesn't deliver on Sundays.
We are the first one in McClatchy to make the move to the 3 days of print.
Breaking a daily history dating back to 1888, 2 years before Idaho was even a state. But that was then.
You know, we're on the leading edge of it. This is where the industry is going.
It's still digital daily, but far from former connections.
It's good memories.
Dave was their paper boy.
You know, a lot of my friends had paper routes. Yeah, I liked it. I liked being part of the Statesman, you know.
Liked it. That changed too.
I lost my connection with the Statesman years ago. They lost their balance.
It's actually where he and Steve agree.
That is the first permanent Idaho Statesman building.
Steve.
In Boise.
He's seen it change.
And that paper was the landmark paper for over 150 years here in Idaho.
It started by way of building to building, like nomads.
I remember when it was published from that building.
6 years ago, moving its printers to Twin Falls.
I suspect that's why. Dollars and jobs.
But the paper's quick to disagree.
If you were to look at the full breadth of what we do, we are doing more journalism at a higher level than we have done in years. I get that not everybody wants to read the news digitally, I understand that, but that's where it's going.
Where two politically divide.
Oh, money, where money goes.
Moments can still mend.
ATM, wow.
At the moment, through the daily papers.
Yeah, I like it a lot. About 40 down with a P.
The Statesman says this is not a negative from their perspective. They say physical papers have restraints. That includes limited column inches, deadlines to get to print, which you can imagine get tighter when that paper is printed in Twin Falls. Kripe says the digital space, or their digital space, is often home to their best work because it can remove those restraints. In the newsroom, Joe, this is important to note. They have 15 reporters. They're getting a 15th reporter, I should say. They had 10 when Chad took over 2.5 years ago. So it's not that the newsroom's getting smaller. It's not that their scope of journalism shrinking. They seem to be changing their resources and investing digitally.
And I was just curious, how long did you say the Idaho Statesman had been a daily?
Daily 2 years before Idaho became a state. In existence 6 years before. So it's been 150-something years.
Interesting report there, Andrew. We'll have to follow, see where this goes. Thank you so much.